Have you ever had those days when you feel off for no reason? You're not sad, you're not angry, nobody hurt you, nothing bad happened. You just feel empty. Music doesn't help, scrolling through social media doesn't help. It's almost like your brain is having a period. But how can you get out of that mental slump and actually feel good without any obvious reason? Did you know your brain can switch itself into a happier state in as little as 20 seconds without forcing yourself to say, I'm happy, or listening to cheesy motivational speeches? There are 3 hidden techniques that, if you use them together, can make it surprisingly easy to tell your brain exactly when to switch into a happier mode, almost like using a remote control. But before that, here's something important. We were born to live happily, not to constantly need a reason in order to be happy. Now, imagine 2 people experiencing the exact same bad event on the same day. For example, both fail an important school exam. They have the same problem, the same concern. One of them feels miserable until the end of the day. They keep thinking, why did I mess up? This shouldn't have happened. But the other person pulls themselves together about 30 minutes later. They almost forget about it and easily move on with the rest of their day. The difference happens inside their brains. Your brain wasn't designed primarily to make you happy. Most of its job is simply reacting to events. And once you understand how those reactions work, you can stop that negative cycle almost instantly. That's where these 3 techniques come in. Technique number 1, change your facial expression. There's something fascinating that almost nobody talks about. Your brain doesn't just create emotions. It also gathers information from your body to decide how you should feel. And your face is one of the most important sources of that information. Try this exercise with me right now. Gently raise your eyebrows a little, relax your jaw, lift the corners of your mouth slightly. Not a big smile, just a soft one. Hold it for 15 seconds. Something interesting happens. Your brain receives a signal from your face that says everything is safe, and your mood begins to shift. When your brain feels safe, it reduces stress chemicals and increases feel-good chemicals. You didn't force happiness. You simply sent your brain a signal. It's almost like you're the boss of your brain, not the other way around. The brain is an incredibly fascinating thing. Once you understand how it works, it can completely change your life.
This method works even if you weren't feeling good just seconds before. That's because the brain reacts to physical signals much faster than it reacts to thoughts, which is why this technique often works almost immediately. The mistake most people make is waiting to feel happy before changing their body language. In today's world, we often act as if we need a reason to be happy, as if feeling bad should be the default state unless something good happens. But that's simply a false belief. You can change your mood by changing the signals your brain receives. And once those signals change, the emotions follow naturally. But technique number 1 has an important companion. Without it, the process isn't complete. That's technique number 2. Put what you're feeling into words. First, understand that your brain operates in 2 main modes, the thinking mode and the reacting mode. When emotions become intense, your brain switches into reaction mode. The moment you feel stress, anxiety, or sadness, this is what you should do. Name what you're experiencing. For example, I'm experiencing stress. I'm feeling pressure right now. I'm feeling overwhelmed. That's it. Don't analyze it. Don't solve it. Just name it. And this is where the magic begins. When you label an emotion, the emotional part of your brain becomes more connected to the logical part. You're no longer drowning in the feeling. You're observing it from the outside. And that alone can reduce the intensity of the emotion within seconds. Imagine you're driving. Someone suddenly cuts you off and you slam on the brakes. Your heart starts racing. You feel a surge of anger rising inside you. If you say nothing, your brain stays in that state. High adrenaline, negative thoughts, anger. But if you simply say, I'm experiencing anger right now, something interesting happens. It's as if you take a step back and watch yourself through a window. You're still the same person, but you're no longer standing inside the fire. Your brain moves from reaction mode into observation mode, and that small shift can dramatically reduce the intensity of the emotion within seconds. The secret behind it is simple. Your brain struggles to be deeply emotional and highly logical at the same time. The moment you put your feelings into words, it's almost like pressing a button that moves you from emotion into logic and awareness. Using techniques 1 and 2 together can feel almost miraculous, but the most important part is still left. Technique number 3. Change the way your brain releases feel-good chemicals. Most
Most people spend their lives chasing happiness, waiting for good news, waiting for life to improve. But here's what many people don't realize. Your brain doesn't release dopamine only when you achieve huge goals. It releases dopamine when you complete small, immediate actions. And once you learn how to activate that system, your mood can improve surprisingly fast. In fact, it's one of the quickest ways your brain creates positive feelings. For example, you wake up in the morning, you don't feel good, you have no motivation. You tell yourself, I need to work out, I need to finish my work, I need to clean the house. Your brain sees all that and says, that's too much, forget it. But if you simply say, I'm just going to put on my shoes, your brain records a small victory. Dopamine gets released, and that small burst of dopamine creates motivation for the next step because your brain recognizes progress, and progress equals dopamine. That's why getting started is almost always the hardest part. Once you begin, your brain often helps you keep going, but most people wait to feel motivated before taking action. The truth is the exact opposite. Action comes first. Motivation comes afterward. This technique works in almost every situation. Whenever you're stuck, do one tiny thing. That's it. Your brain will handle the rest and reward you almost immediately. Now imagine you're going through a difficult moment. Instead of getting trapped in negative thoughts, you use all three techniques together. You relax your face, you name your emotions, and you create a small win. It takes less than a minute for your nervous system to start shifting because your brain chemistry changes. That's the control I was talking about. These aren't habits that take months to build. They're more like switches you can turn on whenever you need them. Happiness isn't something you have to chase. It's something your brain already has access to. You just need to activate it using these three techniques. If you've made it this far in the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.